Hey y'all, it's Dr. Ali. I am doing a quick conversation with you because you may need this at this very moment. And if you right time, then this is a message for you. So just say hi because your hi, it does matter. Um, what happens is some mornings, have you ever had a time when you wake up in the morning and it feels like if everything is going against the green, right? Like you get up in the morning and you stump your toe, you put on an outfit and you're getting ready to walk out the door. And I'm walking out the door this morning and my tea spilled all over my clothes. And my tea wasn't just regular tea, it was like hibiscus tea with beetroot. So you know it's like red. And then I'm walking out the door with my tea. And then I felt like if I left my keys. And as I'm walking out the door with my keys, I felt like I couldn't get into the car. And as I'm dealing with all of this, other things are happening inside, right? Like I'm getting texts from clients, changes are happening. We're getting ready to do a reset retreat in Aruba. Some changes are happening, last minute changes are happening, and big changes, right? Like flight changes and time arrival changes and should we move forward type changes. And I keep reminding myself that every time you're about to do something major, and we spoke about this in our retreat connection call that we do before we meet up in person. I did some stuff with my hair. I was coloring my hair and I tried a new color, right? And well, a new product that I saw on one of the channels, Instagram or TikTok. And after I finished, I realized that I got color all over my hand. So now I'm driving around with fingers with dye. I tried scrubbing it out as much as I could. I've usually colored my hair before. Of course, I've used gloves before. I don't know what made me think not to use gloves. So all of this is happening in this short span of time. And I keep reminding myself, like I told my ladies, when we're about to do major transformation and things are happening ahead of us, it'll feel like if all the blocks and challenges will show up. And I wanted to remind you guys that through all of the challenges that may show up, just know that something major and something big is coming. And when something big is coming, we got to know that the blocks and the little glitches and the things that will make you want to give up will show up because it's a way of getting you derailed. It's a way of saying, okay, maybe I shouldn't do that. Maybe I should give up. Maybe I should just go back in bed. Maybe I shouldn't have colored my hair. Like all the things that make you just go against your own self. Hi, peanut butter. Thanks for saying hi. Make sure you're subscribed. But I want to help you through the process, and I want to help you understand that your mindset shift can change everything, even when it feels like if all the horrible things are happening. As we're experiencing the things that are happening that we didn't plan for, I want us to remember that we have the power to change things with our minds. We have the power to start visualizing something different. We have the power to make the changes. And you need to know this because in spite of all the things that are happening, you need to know that you can change things around. You can still make your day incredible. You can still make a great day in spite of challenges that are happening around you. And if you needed to hear this message, because sometimes you just look at the physical and you're thinking, oh my God, today is just going to be a horrible day. I need to shift that concept. And I need to understand that no, you can change your mind, you can shift your mind, and you can make it an incredible day. So amidst of all the changes, all I kept telling myself was, things are going to work out for me. All things are going to work out for me. Thank you, Peanut Butter. Appreciate you. All things are going to work out for me. All things are going to work out for me. Hi, Grace. So repeat after yourself and say it out loud. All things are going to work out for me. All things are going to work out for me. And when I continue saying this to me, when I keep saying it to myself, I say it out loud. And eventually I start to see the shift starts to happen around me. I am blessed. I'm speaking about how we can use our mindset to shift everything around us. Even when there are challenges that are happening around us, we got to be able to take it by our storms and take it with our mind and let us know that we don't have to set into this space of negativity. We don't have to set into the space of all the heaviness around us, and we get to change it with our mind, through our words, through our believing that other things are happening on the other side. And what I like to tell myself, I will make a little laugh. I'll snicker and I'll go, huh, that means some amazing things must be happening. That means something huge and amazing is about to happen. Why these challenges are showing up, why these blocks are showing up. And I know it's hard in the midst of the process, with me with the tea all over my clothes and me like navigating like, oh my gosh, is this really happening? Like, what is happening? How are all the things happening just as I'm trying to get out the house? And then I remind myself, all things will work out for me. All things are working out for me. They're working out for the best ahead of me. And I may not see it now, but that means something amazing is coming ahead. And you have that power. We have that power to shift all things around us. I want you to claim your power today. I want you to hold on to the fact that you get to change things. Don't allow the physical things around you to keep you stopped. Don't allow the blocks and the challenges and the negative people to keep you from not getting to where you need to get to. And remember to hold that power within, right? Take some deep breaths, regulate yourself. Hi, Grace. Thank you. Make sure you're subscribed and following so you can get some more support through the process. Make sure you, and I love your name, by the way. I've been saying that a lot. Like, I got to give myself grace. So thank you for popping in. Just seeing your name helps to realign back to myself. And maybe that's the message for the day. So thank you for popping in. For me, visually seeing that, even the mindset shift, thank you so much, with understanding that we have to allow ourselves grace. We got to allow ourselves grace through this process. It's okay to walk around with a little bit of tea stains on your on your sweater. It's okay to not be perfect that day. It's okay to let, when things happen around you, to still navigate out it, and to use your own mindset, to use your own thoughts, to use your own creativity within yourself, within you. Hold your own power. Take back the power from all those around you that think that they can change your day. Take back the power away from the environment that may be shifting and making you feel so mad. Even social media. Have you ever been on social media and it's been so much negative around you that you're like, oh my gosh, I cannot deal with the negativity. Oh. So as you deal with whatever challenges that are ahead of you, understand that things are still working out. Understand that even in the process of things that are happening, all things will still work out. Think to yourself, he's in a better space right now. Or what I do, since I'm still partially still grieving over a 3-year passing of my stepfather, and one of the things I tell myself is he's in a better space right now. One of the things that helps me to navigate through death or through unforeseen circumstances, especially through the pain, is to remember the good times. Remember the times that we had together, that we laughed together. And I love to still feel their presence still around me. So that mindset shift, the things we tell ourselves, now we can sit down in woe, we can sit down in despair, we can sit down with all the challenges that are happening with us, or we can take back our power. We can breathe through it. We can give ourselves grace. We can navigate through it one step at a time and try to remember the good things that happened. Try to remember the things you celebrated together. And even though people are not physically still around us, remember they're still spiritually inside of us. Thank you so much. Please make sure you're following and subscribe, because this message was for you. Realize that they're still with us. Their energy is still with us. Just because they're physically not with us around anymore, their vibrations can still remain with us and through us. And I love to hear when I say something that reminds me of him, or I do something that's similar to him, or I remember something that made me laugh and made my stomach hurt so much, like sitting down at our table around the holidays and just going over the fun times we've had together, and how I use that to really help to shift me. So using thoughts, removing yourself away from the physical. Well, I'm doing better. I'm doing better. It's been 3 years now. There's still some hard days. My mom is still navigating through the process. But through the process, we try our best to laugh. We try to think about the things that he would have said to have us laughing. We will repeat some of the funniest things that came out of his mouth. And it'll just help us to shift through the process. So we'll go from feeling super heavy at that moment to then just feeling lighter, because we know that all things are working out in the end. We may not see it right now. We may not understand and know it right now. But years later, you'll be able to look back and say they're in a better place than we still here. Right? And not that this is a horrible place, but we still here. They're in the lighter ethers of life. We still got to do our purpose. We still got to show up, and we still have to be grateful for whatever time they were here with us. So that wasn't the intention of the message, but Grace, you came by and you asked the question, so I wanted to make sure I pour into you because I'm not going to take you passing by live by happenstance. I want to make sure I can pour back into you. Anyone else who's out there live or catching this replay, I hope you're receiving the energy that I am submitting and sending out there for you, reminding you that your mindset, yes, you, hello, your mindset shifts everything, and you have the capacity to change things that's happening in your world. Even though we may feel certain ways because our physical may not feel like it, remember what's in between our mind, what's in our third eye, what's in our spiritual being, get to hold a higher vibration regardless. I'm in Brooklyn, New York. It is 1:30 around here. It is my lunchtime. I decided to stop, pause. I'm an audiologist, speech language pathologist, business coach. I do a whole bunch of things. Most importantly, I'm an autism mom. Let me pull a card for you guys. I have a card deck, and literally I have a card next to me. And I wanted to just pull a random card just to see how I can serve you, just with something random. All right, so the card I got, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. All right, so it says, let's grow with the flow, right? And stay connected. Let's grow with the flow and stay connected. Take a screenshot if you need to. Oh, wow. Where is Mankato? Let's grow with the flow and stay connected. Oh, Minnesota. I was out in Minnesota um, about a year and a half ago. My brother had, he was at what's the hospital that's out there? Mayo Clinic. We went out to the Mayo Clinic and I spent a long time out there going back and forth to New York. Oh, it's 12:37. You guys are CT time. New York, always you're gonna hear that siren passing. Oh my gosh, when I was at Mayo Clinic, I heard a lot of that also. I spent about 90 days, 80 days. We got there around July. We stayed until about September, October. So we spent some time out there. So I got to know Minnesota's airport really well. And I got to know Mayo Clinic doubly well. The good news is that he's doing better. I literally just had a phone call with him just now. And after he left Mayo Clinic, I did a lot of personal development and I did some coaching with him. Even though I'm his sister, I still did some coaching with him, some life transformational coaching. And when I called him and I asked him, "How are you?" And he was like, "Oh no, don't do that to me." And I'm like, "No, it's a general how are you. It's not a white couch. You gotta sit down and tell me all the things." He's like, "I'm scared to tell you things are going well. Because every time I say that, I think something bad is going to happen." I'm like, "No, it's okay. I don't want to only call you when challenges are happening. I don't want to reach out to you, and I don't want us to talk only when we're going through challenges. I want us to be able to reach out to each other and share light with each other and navigate through the good times as well as the bad times." So when you say Minnesota, anytime I think of Minnesota, I think of Mayo Clinic and the level of work that I did during the time that he was in the hospital. Definitely an amazing experience because now we're on the other side and he's now doing a lot better. And we still stay in contact. In fact, here's how mindset shifts works for that, right? So I could remember the horrible times of going back and forth and the countless times he had to do surgery and all the things. I could sit in that negativity, or I can shift my mindset and I can remember us sitting at the around me sitting around his bedside, us laughing, and it actually created a tighter bond between him and I. So something that was a horrible experience, a negative experience, a heavy experience for him, almost life, life, he could have lost his life through that process. I mean, when you hear Mayo Clinic, it's not anything light, right? And it was a very scary time for our family. We were still in a 1 year of grieving from my stepdad. And through the process, him and I got super closer. So the mindset shift in all of that is that even though heavy things will be happening and negative things will be happening around us, we can say and we can remember that, or we can shift our mindset. And this is how important it is that I almost don't forget the bad as much anymore. All right, no worries. Thanks for passing through. I'm going to get ready to close off soon. Tonight I am doing a monetize your expertise class. It's basically the things who you are authentically at yourself. How do you monetize that? Feel free to come back in at 7 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. your time. Listen to it and see if there's something that you can do that you can monetize simply as yourself. It was nice meeting you, Grace, and whoever else is popping in. Make sure that you catch it. I will. I will say bye. It's so good. You can hang up. I'm gonna stay here and wrap it up. I just want to make sure that you do know that you do have the power to change things. You do have the power to shift your life around you, that everything isn't needed from outside, that a lot you have within yourself, and start to think of the better in things. You have the power to have mindset shifts in terms of memories, in terms of challenges that are happening in front of you. I'm not saying walk around like everything's perfect and all well, but identify the challenges that are happening around you and learn how to shift your mind to appreciation, to grace, to humor, to laughter, to whatever you need to do at that moment to help you navigate through the space. Take care, Grace, sending you high positive vibes as you go through a really rough time right now. And make sure you stay in touch. All right, so let me finish up this card for those who did catch it. It says, let's grow with the flow and stay connected. That's one side. And on the other side, and this is in my Dr. Ali deck, I need to post the link below, but if you're interested, let me know. It says, create 3 ways to let them know you really care. Now, this is a business and or life strategy. Create 3 ways to let them know you care. You may not be very clear, but let them know you really care. Where can you easily add more value? Where can you easily add more value? And that's the card for you today. Grow with the flow and stay connected. Absolutely, anytime. And remember, if you want to take a screenshot of this to remind yourself to use it as some more mindset shifting throughout the day, create 3 ways to let them know you really care. That's how you continue to grow with the flow, stay connected. So I did already one when I spoke to my brother. I did a second one when I spoke to my mom this morning. I got one more person. Actually, can I count you guys as number 3? Oh, sorry. Can I count you guys as number 3? You're my third person, right? I get to count Grace. I'm gonna count you as my third person. Did you get it? Let me know when you get it. I'm trying to. Oh, hold it still. All right, this is 1. Type out got it when you get it. Let me know you got it. Once you got it, I'll turn it around. That's one side. All right. And then I'm going to turn it around. This is the other side. Create 3 ways. I don't know if it's coming out clear. It looks a little fuzzy in my phone, but hopefully you can see it. If anything, I'll type it down in the chat for you below. All right. But it says create 3 ways to let them know you really care. All right. All right. Have a blessed and amazing day. It was great connecting with you. I love sharing my mindset stuff with you, but this evening at 6 p.m., 7 p.m. Eastern Standard, I'm going to share some business skills and business tips with you. Come back in and let me know if you're interested in learning some more. If you have any questions or you need to reach out, absolutely leave a message or reach out to me. I'm still here. All right. Have an amazing day.